Alright, my bad, forgot. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I was silent for like a few minutes. My bad. It's because I got nothing to say, right? Also, today's goal now is sound barriers are mixed. Should be right there. It's not the worst. We've had worse golden hours, and we've had worse sound barriers. No, I mean worse no sound barriers. Current no sound barriers are fine. It doesn't bother me. What else did I say? So what did we do yesterday? So we did cardio. Then we went back to HQ, and then we did Alpha 3 regime. Then we did some editing. Then we did the dips. Then we ate the food. And then we basically just kind of waited. Then we did Overwatch VOD. And then we did Sun Collection and showered. And then another Overwatch VOD. And then I did nothing else because I had nothing to do. Didn't even stream yesterday. Oh no, and then we did a story video. And then after that, I did nothing else and just slept like 2 hours earlier. So yeah, yesterday was pretty uneventful. We basically just played Overwatch the whole time. Eh, I mean it was alright. We had a few good games, but besides that there wasn't that much lore. But it seems like in Overwatch, our win rate is still in support. Oh no. Actually no, when we play, if we do good on DPS, we secure the win better. Well, into today, I have no idea. I don't think we can stream today either. Today, I can definitely try to do a story video today, but actually no, I did do like half an hour to 1 hour of Minecraft, but zero recording. I was just looking around the world, getting a Unbreaking 3, and that was it. Yeah, when it comes to like Minecraft world though, I don't really know what to do, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, yesterday all I did was just like get a villager to give me a book, and that's it. Uh, I also improved the sugarcane farm just a tiny bit. Besides that, that does it. I don't know what our main objective is in Minecraft now, considering that we already beat the Ender Dragon. So, yeah. I don't know. I was expecting it to be a lot longer, maybe, but we kind of just did it. I think it's because my expectations compared to like all these other YouTubers or streamers, they spend like well over 24 plus hours defeating the Ender Dragon. It only took us like 10 hours or something, I think. Oh no, 2 hours plus 4 hours, so 6. So it took us around, yeah, nearly 10. And 0 deaths, obviously. So yeah. Now that the Ender Dragon's defeated, I have no idea what I would do next. I think improve the base. The village is looking fine. Matter of fact, the village population in our base is like crazy now. I gave them extra land, but they don't even do anything. Yeah, so when it comes to Minecraft, I don't know what there is to do. There's no real common goal. I guess just make the place look pretty. That's kind of all I can think about. Because I don't really want to. We could go to route on like netherite and stuff, but I already defeated the boss, so yeah. I mean, yeah, we could just go like exploring and stuff, right? I think I need to build some kind of like mob farm though, because we need gunpowder for the elytra. And that's basically about it. So maybe I have to build a farm. I guess I'll do that. I'll do it off stream, but record it. What else is there to do? No idea. What else is there to talk about? No idea. So what is there to do today? This. Back to HQ. Alpha 3 regime. Editing, which should be pretty easy, considering that yesterday was basically a story video. So editing's gonna be a pretty bliss. Then dips outside in the cold. I like doing dips outside in the cold. It's pretty good. One, there's no mosquitoes. Two, my body's more focused on trying to keep myself warm. So yeah. What else? And then eat the food. And then today's gonna be kind of mysterious. Definitely gonna fit in a story video somewhere. And besides that, if I have time, which I do, I'll probably have to make a little mini VOD on building the mob farm. And yeah, that's about it. Do I want a creeper farm or a dedicated something something? I don't know. I'll see. I think we're gonna get a dedicated creeper farm because I have no use for bones. Kinda. Eh, it actually depends. Because you can either have the farm AFK or manual. But I think I'd probably have it semi-automatic because I want to get the experience. If you use campfires, the farm is automatic, but you get no XP. But if I have it semi-manual, I'll get some XP. And I think I'll see about it. I'll see what the tutorial says. And then, yeah. Is there anything else to talk about? I guess in our Overwatch VODs, I think you have noticed that we listen to music. So in Forza Horizon as well. Reason is because in Forza Horizon 6, the gacha radio basically made me. I was like, yes, it's cool. So I converted that playlist into a different playlist. So the radio is actually meant to be for driving, but I think it works for Overwatch as well. Now the reason why the music works so well is because I have no idea what they're saying. It's Japanese, so I don't know the lyrics. You know, usually I avoid music because I don't like the lyrics. Right? Like in English songs, I avoid the lyrics because it's always about like sex and stuff. That's like dumb, right? But in Japanese, I don't know I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know what the lyrics are saying. But it's a bop, and it's a vibe. I'm sure 80% of the songs would get removed if I read the lyrics and translations. Yeah, 100%. we'll see how it goes. But yeah, as you could think, today is going to be a story video, obviously. Oh yeah, we can go driving today as well. Again, it just depends on what I want to do today. In Forza Horizon, we're just vibing as well. And yeah. Again, for the Minecraft thing, there's not much lore, is there? I don't know, there's lore, but it's like, I don't know. We already completed the boss, you know? The only thing I can think of is expanding our village base, make it like a city. Or no, like a village, at least. Yeah, it's golden now, so not that bad. But we gotta go back to HQ now. Alright, same. Alright, let's Jim, appreciate it. See you guys next time. You guys will see the story video anyways, so.
Hey guys, I just saw the most wildest ad. You didn't see the recording, but it was a really weird ad. Anyways, like I said, story 3. We're gonna continue the 3 true Home Alone stories. Again, showered, all clean, lock in. Oh, really good sunlight today, by the way. Really good. Man, it's good. Alright.
More people.
Yeah, really good sunlight today. Nice.
I've spent most of my life being alone. That's not a knock on anybody in my family or past relationships. It's just that I've always thrived when I'm alone. Whenever I date, I end up breaking off the relationship before it gets too serious. This isn't a pity party either. That's the way I've always liked it. Being able to focus on myself, I've been able to build my company and find success. My job allows me to travel all over the world and meet people from every walk of life. Basically, I'm kind of like an interior decorator. I meet with clients, talk about ways to design rooms, and help them achieve their vision. I'm currently in my mid-30s, and for the first time in my life, I have a roommate. Last year, something happened to me, and now I never want to be home alone again.
Okay, so he's an interior designer who goes around. He's an interior designer, but he's got a business. Okay, whatever.
Here's why. Years of grinding allowed me to save money, so I was able to buy my dream home. I moved into the house 6 months before the events of the story took place. By this time in my company's life, I was fortunate enough to be able to pick and choose my clients. Because of the high demand, I unfortunately had to turn a lot of people down. With the success of the company, I spent a lot of time working, even when I was home. Unless I was meeting with a client somewhere, I did most of my work right from my home office. A few months after I moved in, I started hearing this weird noise when I was working in my office. I didn't hear it all the time, just sometimes. The noise was like a shuffling sound. I realized that's vague, but that's exactly what it sounded like. Imagine the sound of someone pushing a box in a room next to you. That's kind of what it sounded like. The shuffling was always brief, but loud enough that it would break my concentration whenever I would hear it. The first few times I heard the
Yo, my mic stand is literally rusting. I probably got like cancer on this thing. It's straight up rusting.
noise, I ignored it and went back to work. Once it started happening semi-regularly, I couldn't ignore it anymore. One afternoon when I heard the strange shuffling noise, I stopped working and went upstairs to investigate. I remember standing completely still, trying to hear anything I could, but it would always just be me standing there. I felt like I was losing my mind. I'd hear the noise, I would stop whatever I was doing, and run around the house. Once I proved to myself that there wasn't anybody walking around upstairs, I thought that it had to be squirrels that must have gotten into the siding of the house. I remember when I was growing up, a bunch of squirrels got under the roof in my parents' house, and it would keep me up all night. Anybody who has had this happen to them knows how much of a pain this can be. Not just because they can be annoying running around, but because of the damage they can cause. Once I had my squirrel revelation, my mind was at peace for a little while. I figured I would just take care of it when I had some time. The noise continued for a few more days. Every time I heard the noise, I would write myself another note to remind me to call someone about the squirrels.
Okay.
I had so many other things on my plate that calling someone to deal with this was the least of my concerns. A few nights later, I worked a lot later than I usually would. I didn't get off of my computer and into bed until after 2 in the morning. While I was lying in bed trying to go to sleep, I heard the shuffling sound again. This was the first time I heard the sound at night. I tried to ignore it and just go to sleep, but this shuffling sound was different from the one I would hear from my office. Usually, I would hear the quick shuffle and then nothing, but now, this sounded like continuous movement. It annoyed me enough that I got up, stood on my bed, and tried listening through the ceiling. The shuffling sound stopped, but I heard something worse. I swear I could hear breathing. Just thinking that seemed ridiculous to me. Then I remembered that my house has a crawl space in it that's like a small attic.
Yo, this guy's like, he must be stupid or something, right? How can you say you've been hearing sounds all the time, and you said you scanned the house, and you hear the sounds repeatedly, and you're like, oh, it's probably squirrels. And then one day you're like, oh, wait, I've got an attic. What? That doesn't even make any sense. Bro, I thought he was talking about like, he's got like a normal house and he's just like, there's like a squirrels, right? Yeah, sounds reasonable. Some sounds, a squirrel. Oh, you have an attic, but you never checked it? Now you know there's an attic? Okay, this is already over, right?
Crawl space was very small and kind of hard to even get to that I didn't even use it for anything. It dawned on me that my crawl space was directly over the bedroom. I was terrified. If it was breathing that I heard, I didn't want to think about what that meant. Even though I was scared now, deep down, I still thought I was dealing with squirrels. I got myself hyped up to at least look at the crawl space. I had one of the pull-down strings on the ceiling that released a ladder that led to the crawl space.
GG.
The string was usually secured next to the door. I was short enough that I had to get a chair to stand on just to release the string so I could pull it. I started to pull the string hard because I thought it might have just jammed. Finally, it opened, and I slowly went up the ladder. All I did was poke my head into the crawl space and look around quickly.
Didn't he say at the beginning of the story he searched all around? Like, where's the part he said that?
I had so many other things, not just myself. I remember standing completely still, trying to hear anything I could, and went back to work. The shuffling was always brief, but loud enough. After I moved in, I started hearing this weird... The shuffling was all... The first few times I heard the noise, I ignored it and went back to work. Once it started happening semi-regularly, I couldn't ignore it anymore. One afternoon when I heard the strange shuffling noise, I stopped working and went upstairs to investigate.
You went upstairs to investigate.
I remember standing completely still, trying to hear anything I could, but it would always just be me standing there. I felt like I was losing my mind. I'd hear the noise, I would stop whatever I was doing, and run around the house.
You run around the house, but except for the attic. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. You hear noises, you check it. When you said you run around the house, it means you scan everywhere. Oh, not the attic though, apparently.
Finally, it opens until I was actually on the ladder. It was dark, and I didn't see anything except for 2 giant beams on each side of the crawl space.
GG.
After my quick glance, I shut the crawl space door. I was starting to scare myself.
Bro, you didn't even look properly. You just admitted you didn't even see anything properly. Where's a flashlight? What? It doesn't make sense. It's like having a little corner, like, okay.
I went into the living room and turned on the TV. I couldn't sleep. I just kept thinking about someone being in the crawl space.
But you didn't even check the you didn't even check the crawl space properly, and now you're going on TV. What? Yeah, that's so over already. Not gonna lie.
Hiding behind one of those beams. At least with the TV on, I could try to distract my thoughts. I started to doze off eventually. While I was going in and out of sleep, I thought I heard the sound of a door creaking open. The sound was jarring enough that it woke me up instantly. I jumped off the couch and scanned the entire room. I didn't see or hear anything at first. I took a few steps from the living room into the kitchen. I still didn't see anything out of the norm. I walked out of the kitchen and into the hall. At the end of the long hallway was my office. Since the hallway was pitch black, I turned on the light. I half expected to see someone standing at the end of the hall once the light was on. I was so on edge by this point. I slowly continued down the hall and into the office. Once again, everything seemed fine. After finishing my search downstairs, I slowly made my way upstairs. Right away, I noticed that the pole string was dangling down, and even more terrifying, it looked like it was slightly swaying. I thought it had to be in my imagination. I was sure that I secured that string when I closed it earlier. Because of how scared I was when I went up there, I thought to myself that it was possible that I could have left the string hanging, as unlikely as that may be. As I walked down the hall, I noticed my bedroom door was almost completely shut. I always leave it wide open. When I grabbed the door to open it, I noticed that the door made a loud, creaking sound. I was terrified. This was clearly the sound I heard a little while ago. What I couldn't figure out is why. I turned on the bedroom light, and the room looked exactly how I had left it. Just as I was about to leave the room, I noticed something. On the floor right next to my bed looked like a small clump of dirt. I got close to the dirt and bent over to look at it. When I was down on one knee, I thought I could hear that breathing sound again. From my position on one knee, I got down even further and looked under the bed. Lying under the bed, staring directly at me, was a middle-aged man. I screamed and fell back on my two palms. The man didn't move, but he shouted, "Hi, Julie, it's okay." I was
Wait, what? Hi, who?
trying to get up and run. Didn't move, but he shouted, "Hi, Julie, it's okay." I was trying to get up and run, but I felt like I was stuck in quicksand. He just kept yelling, "It's okay," over and over again. I ran downstairs, grabbed my phone, got in the car, and drove off. There's a 24-hour diner near my house. I drove to the diner and went inside in hysterics. I called the police, and they sent a patrol car to the diner to check on me, and then a few more to the house. When they got to the house, there was nobody there. They searched the entire house thoroughly and didn't find him. They found several empty bottles of water and a small pillow behind one of the pillars. I ended up staying at a motel for almost a month. I was terrified to go back home.
Real.
I spent a lot of money on home surveillance after that. It's been a year, and that person never resurfaced. I don't know where he went, but I know he's still out there lurking somewhere. I have a theory as to who it was. An old family friend of my dad's who he had to cut off for, let's just say, being attracted to me.
What?
I think it was him, but it just looked like a much older version of him. If it wasn't, then whoever he was, he knew my name and somehow got into my house, living in my crawl space.
How?
I feel like sometimes even locking your doors isn't enough if someone really wants to get in.
That's true. That is actually true right there. That ending statement's so true. If someone really wanted to get you, they'll get you. That's true. 100%. Let's hear it again.
I feel like sometimes even locking your doors isn't enough
Sometimes even locking your door isn't enough. That is true.
if someone really wants to get in.
Yeah, that's so true right there. Cool. Interesting story. It's one of those it is what it is moments, kind of. I mean, first of all, how did a man get into the crawl space? And also, when you say you run around the house and check, that means like everywhere. Like you'll check every single possible place. And also, when you buy a new home, you obviously check everything, right? You know, like, yeah. You would check everything. But I'll give it to her at the end. She played it pretty smart. She played it pretty smart. Basically left, got in a car, drove away to a nearby public spot, right? Public 24/7 diner. Called the police, right? And didn't even go back home for a month. I must say, she's like, is it a girl? Julie, right? It's either a girl or a guy, but the story said from Tom. So I'm assuming it's a guy, right? But anyways, yeah, still smart from him, kind of ish. Oh no, still pretty smart. Well, initial search is not good, but the aftermath is pretty smart, right? Going to a hotel, motel, and you know, just not. I mean, it depends, but still pretty smart though. Not going back there like the next night, right? That's a pretty smart move. Like not going back there for the next night because the guy probably will come back. Because yeah, probably need like a proper search on the house and stuff. Figure out how the man got in. You know what I mean? The mention about like the family friends, father's friend or something. I think that's irrelevant. That's probably not really related. That's just like a little mention, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, maybe we should do one more. What's another one? Oh, we could read the comments. Story 3, the intruder wasn't realizing he was dealing with a Russian ex-commander who killed 16. What? Story 1, noises in the basement, dog growling, washer moved, fireworks lit, must be the ghosts. There's some plot holes in the thing. How could someone open your garage without being in the home and setting off the alarm? That sound definitely was a firework. Maybe even lightning knocking on the door won't open it. Her phone was a black screen and somehow immediately after she called the cops. But Story 1 got more holes than a donut shop. First, a washing machine couldn't be moved 3 feet left alone, 10 feet without disconnecting water drainage lines. Second, why would you have a security camera inside your garage but not the front door? True. Third, phone didn't work. Straight to I called the cops. Fourth, the video offered nothing more than a screen fireworks. I did it right now with my garage camera. Offers no wait. I could keep going, but I'm not trying to write a novel. Straight fiction, well narrated though. True, the first story was a bit sus. Like I said in the first story, right? The fact that the washing machine moved. And also, actually, yeah, this comment here is pretty smart. If you guys didn't watch last Earthlogs episode, this comment's smart because a washing machine moved. Was it like working or what? Because that's true. You need to disconnect the water and stuff. That is a pain. But I'm just gonna assume that it wasn't a functioning one. Is there another? The darkest AI conversations ever recorded. Is there another one? Ooh. I don't think there's. UFO private investigator. Okay, there's not really much. But what we will do is we're gonna quickly have a little scan. Oh, NZ police. Whatever. Let's see here. My most expensive month yet. You know, I'm kind of curious. Let's have a look. Don't give me an ad. You absolute. Hold on. Most expensive in a month. Let's have a look real quick. Fitness. Okay, hold on. I don't need to look at that. She does. It's like an Earthlog. Social life. That's probably like the most expenses. Home projects, pregnancy, financial audit. Lock in.
Number 1 category was home. I spent $5,063.98. Nearly 75% of my variable spending was on my home this past month. That is.
She got a mortgage? Oh, she got a mortgage? GG. What are you doing, bro?
I just bought a few small things. New category at $95.40, so 1.5
That kid's gonna cost you way more in the future. GG.
cents, so
Coffee, $55? Oh, it's monthly. Okay, that's fair enough then. Okay, that's not bad actually. $55 a coffee per month is not bad. For a second, if this was weekly, that would be bad. But obviously, it looks like $55 for a month of coffee sounds like instant coffee, not, you know, the norm. What else is there? Is that it? Coffee, babies, $95. The house is $5K.
To do a financial audit every single month where I audit all of my variable spending. So anything outside of bills like the mortgage, the water bill, heat, electricity, stuff like that, just to see where I'm spending my money and also to act as kind of like a double check, making spending home in 98 cents.
Oh, so that home is for like gas and like water and stuff. Okay. I guess that makes sense. She got a baby though as well. So is that it? Is that all? Is that it? Surely there's more money.
Like I will be
Is that it? That was, I don't even know why I looked at that video. I just wanted to see how much they'd be spending. I found my place, but NZ won't let me stay. Just stay, bro. Who's gonna stop you? Ain't nobody gonna stop you. A day with Mita, 360. Who the hell's Mita? I think I've seen a video on that before. Is there anything else to look at? You know, I always said, is there anything else to talk about? But is there anything else to look at? Is there anything that is catching my interest here? Oh my goodness, I haven't seen this man like 1 million years. What's that? What's he doing now? I don't know what he's up to. What else is there? I got a Vietnam's Bride at 55. Okay, well that, I don't know, the Vietnam ecosystem is built different. You can literally have like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. Never mind. But I guess in like Asian countries, you literally can like, I don't know, just do whatever you want, right? And nobody gonna stop you. If I do a monthly audit, how much is, I wonder what a monthly audit would look like though for me. It's not even, that's not even right. It's not even right, it doesn't even make sense. Anyways, by the way, it depends because sometimes, actually no. All I know is that every month, it just depends, right? Because like gas and stuff. Gas is the main expense, I ain't gonna lie. Gas really is the main expense. Food's actually not that bad. Like if you really wanted to go brokey style, a can of mackerel was like what, $4? So like 4 times 2, 8. So like you're basically spending like under $20 a day for food. That's not very hard. You know, the only reason people are like losing money from food is because they buy like takeaway and stuff, right? And takeaway is like what, $20 for just one meal, and you eat like 3 of that a day. It's crazy. Is there anything else to look at? Is there anything else to look at? Creepy stories animated. Okay, internet strangers rabbit holes. Let's see here. Story time, unhinged story time. What? Obsession. Okay, I don't really see anything kind of interesting, not gonna lie. How much do you really need to earn your own car? Hey, what car? You ain't need a car, bro. We've done like a gator test before, but again, there's just nothing really interesting. Don't know, man. It's nothing. Hold on. Oh, quickly scroll with me. We can scroll together. It's like a journey. TikToker. Something is jamming GPS over Europe. Cases with insane twists. An officer killed 56 people in one night. How? How'd he do it? PBT. Okay, fine, PBT. I'll let you get the ad. You're right. You're right. I'll let you be. What's this? Chemist Warehouse? The only time I've gone to Chemist Warehouse is to buy like toothpaste.
Safest countries in the world when
Is
it
it?
comes to guns. Civilian ownership of firearms is strictly prohibited, and even hunting rifles must be stored at police stations. Gun violence to people living in modern-day Korea is virtually unheard of.
That's true.
And yet, in 1982, the same country was host to a gun massacre.
If this story is in the 1982, a police officer killed 1982. Oh, so this is like after the war.
That was so horrific, the perpetrator earned a place in the Guinness World Records for being the most prolific murderer in a single day. 56 people were killed, 34 more wounded, all at the hands of a single person in just 8 hours. The tragedy was, at the time, unlike anything the world had ever.
Are you sure now? 56 kills in 8 hours, bro. Is this guy like... He's slow. He's slow, no? Okay, I'm tripping. I'm tripping, but like, come on. 56 people in 8 hours. That's like a whole day. I've seen worse. Actually, this is 1982, so literally like... Police... What? Just execution. I don't know. I'm skipping. Oh my god, I got brain rot.
The evening of April 20.
I'm skipping. I got brain rot.
It was around 9:30.
I've got brain rot.
See what was happening.
I've got brain rot. Oh my goodness.
His father, thankfully, working
Yeah, I don't have the patience to watch this thing.
for their monthly,
What do you do?
was working his
Woo Bum Con. That's a crazy name. What did he do? Woo Bum Con. What did he do? Let's have a look. Okay, Woo Bum Con was a South Korean officer who committed mass shooting in 1986, killing 56 people and injuring over 8, then taking his own life. This incident is known as one of the largest killing sprees in modern history. So... Sequence of events. On one note, he had a heated argument with his girlfriend, which led him to leave their house. Drinking and armory access. After reporting for duty, he began drinking heavily, accessed the police armory, stole weapons and grenades. And shooting spree. Started around 9:30, began shooting civilians in multiple villages, killing indiscriminately. Final act. In the early hours of April 27th, the police closed in. It detonated grenades strapped to his body, killing himself. And 3 hostages. Wow. Oh, so he... Bro just... Okay. Bro just started drinking and just got access to the guns and just went crazy. Bro just started killing everyone, huh? In the villages. This is 1982, so I was like... Okay. Bro literally had grenades strapped to his body, so... Huh. How can you even know the motivate? How can you even learn the motivations? He's dead. You can't even interview him. He gone. It's just an anomaly, right? Is what it is. Is what it is, right? Bro just... I don't know. It's hard because it's 1982, right? So mobile devices aren't really a thing. So you can't really like... You can't really track too much, right? 1982, I don't think devices were like a thing in like today's modern age. So bro just basically committed... So bro just basically just murdered everyone. Cool. 56 people in 8 hours. They're still kind of slow, no? They're still kind of slow. It sounds like he just walked around the villages and just started shooting everyone. Usually in today's world, people like just go into like a mall or something. Wasn't there like a recent terrorist attack? Not recent, but like it was on the news a while ago, right? It's like a whole group of like men went into Russia and like lit up like as many people as they could. But then they got away. But then they got captured. And then no one ever talked about it ever again. And the only terrorist thing I've seen on my life is, oh, it is multiple actually. There's like two I remembered. One of them was the like Sydney one. I don't know how old I was when that happened, but like actually it wasn't even. No one even died though. Like 1 or 2 people died. I remember like when I was like younger, it was on TV, right? Some guy in Australia like held a whole cafe hostage and made the hostages like body shield the walls of the cafe, and then like I remember when I was a kid, like my TV show wasn't playing, you know, Pokemon wasn't playing, it was just playing the terrorist thing. And then apparently at the end the SWAT team just went in and started blasting. And like I don't know how many people died, but like 1 or 2 people died from him and the police. It's like a shootout. Yeah, I remember that. I wonder if I can still find it though. It was like Sydney, right? Sydney terror attack cafe. How long was that ago? Yeah, this one. I remember. Oh, 11 years ago. Damn. Yeah, it was this one here. I remember this. It was on TV. And like he was like releasing hostages every now and then. Sydney cafe shootout. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like near the end they went nuts. Where is it? Yeah, this 11 years. I remember like I was just like watching watching like Pokemon or something, right? And in the end like
At Spotlight.
yeah, okay, whatever. Anyways, Benjamin, I'm done talking, right? See you guys next time, right? Bye bye.